What's up, guys? JD here, back with another video, and I just kind of want to go over the trading day today. It is 3/26/2025, and we had a pretty bearish day, pretty down day. I wouldn't say it was sellers in control the whole day, but definitely many people selling, many people present. Tesla was down 6%, so when those big stocks and stuff like that are selling off, it causes pretty much the whole market to. So pre-market, right? We could have plotted our bearish algo right there, right, which is going to be dark blue off this bottom bearish wick, and we're going to keep that angle bottom red candle right there. We got another one. So for 9:30 we knew we had support right here, right? So we opened up resistance, right, came down to support, previous resistance turned support, boom, wicked everyone out, essentially closed that gap, right? We had a gap right here, so we closed that gap early in the day. All you had to do was wait for that bearish algo, boom, free, right? We grabbed all that pre-market liquidity right there, and we started selling off in this white algo right here, which is going to be a precision algo, how you manage your risk, right? And it wasn't too strong of a move down, but definitely enough for a good move and enough profit there to take. I actually did not take this trade. I lost internet connection at this time, but one of my members actually took the trade right here, and he was already done, $500 up by 9:56 a.m. So real quick, I want to come to my 30-minute, right? And so 9:30, this is where we were at. This is exactly the same chart, just my 30-minute. I was waiting for this green to break, right? We had green in control, tapered into orange, right? And we were waiting for this taper into yellow. So you can see all three taper algos, 1, 2, and 3, right? So weaker buying, weaker buying, weaker buying. And so my member actually took this short when green broke, which was a good trade. That's a very solid trade. You have your stop protected, very protected, and you can target the taper algo right there, which is going to be the next support. But I waited. I just waited for structure. I waited for the whole entire thing, which was my point, which was waiting for blue to become resistance, which is what happened. But let's just take you down the day, because there are some microstructures here you can take, right, if you want to get done earlier. So, but I also want you guys to see this magenta right here that we charted at 9:38 a.m. We had this magenta, right, and we had this magenta from the day before. So this was pretty much the controlled selling channel here for the whole day. See how we held it, we held it, we held it. So I wanted to show you guys that so that I can put it down here and it would make a little bit more sense. So let's put down that magenta. So from 9:38, look at the candle, 9:38 a.m. That's the candle right there. And it is, zoom out, make it a little easier. Gotta get the right angle. That's all it is getting the right angle. So there, 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 and there it broke. Okay. So let's just make that magenta. This is our control algo for the day. So yeah, essentially we were selling off in this magenta, which is actually controlled selling. It's not necessarily sellers. But let's look at the microstructure within. So how do you actually take these trades, right? So we had that bearish algo right there, right, which is going to be the control bear algo. This is just breaking it down to see it a little bit simpler. So off the bearish wicks, we're going to put them right here, bearish wick. We're going to put this blue, which is a weaker support. You can take it on the retest. You can take it on the retest, right? Simple. So when we're actually in this precision algo, it's better not to chase a trade. If you're in a trade, you just hold it. You don't cut, right, until it breaks that precision algo. So there you go, between two green candles right here. There you go. You got to protect it by support. So this is controlled selling, bottom of its support. So look, you have a clear target, clear entries, 1, 2, boom, free. That was the first good trade of the day. So now what do we have to do? Wait for liquidity to build again. So we're going to bring this blue, bottom of the bearish candle, that green wick right there, right? Look at how we wicked off of it right here. You could have taken it, but look, by support you have to protect. So bottom of the bearish wick again, boom. All we're waiting for is liquidity building in here. You can see how this blue is holding us, holding us, holding us, holding us. So this is a nice left shoulder that the blue formed. Came up, there's a head, right? There's probably a level here, so people got stopped out. And then this right shoulder, couldn't make it, couldn't make it, couldn't make it. Boom, we started selling again. How do we start selling again? In the white. So between two green candles right there, and we had that precision white right there. Where do you have to protect? By support, which is the top of this. So it's all mechanical. It's all every single day. You got structure. You got a head and shoulders right here. Take it on the blue retest or take it on the blue retest. So boom, that's actually where I took my trade. And I took this whole way down. Free, nice and easy, no stress. This magenta was the only place where there was somewhat of a support, but 5 and 20 day were here as well. So we had 5 and 20 day stops. So it was a great sell. And we had this magenta guising us the whole day, which you could see on my 30-minute, which is, why I was pretty stress free. Boom, again. Okay, you missed this way down. You have literally the hacks to the market. You don't have to chase anything. You just have to wait. Blue, again, bottom bearish wick. Another bottom bearish wick right there. Another bottom bearish wick right there. So look, you see this red? That's a bearish wick. You see this red, bearish wick. That green, that's a bearish wick. So what do you have to do? Wait for blue to build liquidity. Head, right shoulder, retest the blue, activates white. Let's see where the white is. All you have to do is place the white right there. Cut it when it leaves between two green candles. So over here, that's where the white was. It could have kept selling. In this case, it broke, tapered into magenta, right? And then again, bearish wick. Let's put blue. Bearish wick right here. Let's put blue. Look at that liquidity in blue. Flush them out. Boom. Rinse and repeat. It's the same thing every single day. You just have to understand what they mean, why some things take longer than others, where the wedges of liquidity are, how your contracts are going to get priced. So it's a lot more than just, these lines, but these lines essentially are going to give you the best risk to reward. So where do you take it? On the retest of blue. Where do you stop yourself? At the head. So you're risking almost, 2 points on SPY to try to make this level target. It's about good risk to reward. That's all it's about. And yeah, this magenta selling. So, as long as we're in that magenta, the trend is down, right? Again, same thing over and over. Bearish candle. Put the bearish algo right here. Bearish algo. Boom. Look, another entry right there off that bearish algo. Another entry right here. In this case, it was an aftermarket. But still, left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Look at that liquidity. Liquidity. Head. Right here was a great entry. White didn't really sell that much. But you get the point. So these are the bearish algos actually the whole day going into effect, right? And you can actually see that. The blue is controlling the liquidity the whole time. The magenta is selling us. So now I want to show you guys on my actual chart that I trade on, right? Which is a 30-minute, just zoomed out. We can see all of the structure right here. We were looking at this liquidity from before the open. We saw this blue right here with all these stop losses. Stops, 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 stops. Right, so all of these buyers are defending it here. So once we finally broke that and tapered into that blue, that's when we started grabbing the stops, which is why I was waiting for that to break. I wasn't too antsy. Okay, yeah, I would have made more money entering here with my other member, right? But there's also a risk that we're just cup and handle and we push back up. So it's better to wait for confirmation. What's our confirmation here? Inverse cup close on the 20-day, 200-day, I'm sorry. We got a handle, right? Then the inverse cup close on that blue. We got another handle, tapered, rejected off blue, boom, stop losses. So sometimes it's better to just wait, right? Wait for that handle, wait for that head and shoulder, wait for those taper algos to break, because then you're not in all the bullshit that can stop your trade from going your way quick. You want it to be quick so that your options can actually accelerate in price very quickly. And so we took this short, we protected it by the support, right? I was done trading already, head and shoulder, right? And we had the 5-day, we had the 20-day, we had everything today. So there was a lot of liquidity. Market's still building liquidity now. And on the actual larger time frame, 30-minute, right? It'll probably be a little hard to see with all the lines, whatnot. So we actually are attempting to close this cup right here, right? Which we want a handle for, right? Which we're getting. And we want it to taper, boom, if we want it to go long. Something like that. On the flip side, we have so much liquidity here in this controlled blue, this huge blue. This is what I'm looking for if we're actually going to dump. This blue right here, huge liquidity, building, right? We got this. It's like a bear flag kind of. So I wanted to come down, boom, reject off this green. This is going to be where the big sellers are waiting here. and we can probably even see a dump towards this 538 level. That would be a nice target. So it's all about waiting for the structure. You never know. Could start closing cups and we start heading back up to 600. So just keep managing your risk, keep it short, keep it simple, and just come every day getting better. That's all you have to do. If you guys do want to learn what I do have a membership where I'm live every single day, and you guys can actually see every trade I trade. Members are asking me questions, different strategies, different explanations for singular candles, even to the 30-minute. So if you guys do want to see that, more interested in my method, my strategy, definitely hit me on the DM. I have the Instagram posted below, so you guys can actually see that. Just DM me. I'll send you whatever you need, and we can actually start making money tomorrow. So I do trade live every single day. I hit 100% live today. So every single day we try. Sometimes we lose, sometimes we win. Sometimes members make money, sometimes they lose. You know, it's just trading. It's about getting better and building a community that, you know, everyone can find success in. So if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe, watch it more. Let's go. And I'll see you guys tomorrow on the trading. Let's go.